what do you use for display? Like HDMI on both?
Um, my God, sorry.
We are live, by the way.
Who cares?
Just so you know.
I'm eating a popsicle.
Yeah, popsicle.
Okay, I'm done now. Do you mean what my computer uses? HDMI?
Like what? Whenever it goes into your monitor, what inputs are you using?
Oh, HDMI.
On both?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
so on my laptop, I do have an HDMI output, but I also when I go to the office,
Mm-hmm.
every computer station has like
A
just a
USB-C
USB-C. Yes.
Yeah. Those are some of those are pricey as fuck too.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
little boy, you want some popsicles? I got strawberry and banana.
We're gonna start recording this.
Stop it.
Welcome to Rant on. Early bird edition. We're like an hour early.
Just in time.
No, I'm an hour after Justin.
That is true. He's usually like 5 o'clock when he starts.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Uh,
Justin streamed the Luby stream.
oh Lord, gotta get the Luann special.
Luann, for one, it's Luann platter. Keep it right.
I mean,
Michigan
isn't it technically still a special though?
Right, but it's called the Luann platter.
I suppose.
There ain't no supposing.
I'll allow it.
Also, it's the King of the Hill character.
Oh yeah. Played by
Probably, I assume,
Brittany.
named after Luby's. Brittany Murphy.
Yes.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
Oh,
What,
no.
what, Brittany Murphy or Luby's?
Brittany
Murphy.
both.
Well, both. If we're being honest. All right.
Hey, the Luby's by me is still open.
I think that one's still like a holdout of the original company.
Yeah. Well, because
like
I mean,
with
they started.
Fuddruckers and all that.
They started closing some Fuddruckers though. They
Well, all
wanted,
the ones around us did.
Because Fuddruckers is mid.
Fuddruckers is mid.
Yeah, I never liked Fuddruckers.
I liked it. I'm not saying
I
it's the
know.
best.
I know
I've
you
done in the
did,
world.
yes.
I'm pretty sure I've been there with you.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've been to Fuddruckers.
I feel like I went to Fuddruckers with you.
I think you all may have gone to Fuddruckers with each other.
That doesn't
I don't-
sound legit.
I don't recall going to Fuddruckers.
I don't, because
with
here's
you.
the thing. I wouldn't have chosen to go to Fuddruckers. No offense.
Never. Yeah.
Well, I don't. I'm so confused because like I generally wouldn't have chosen to go to Fuddruckers either.
Is this the Mandela effect?
Why do I
Hey.
think you loved Fuddruckers? Like it was your favorite.
Oh no.
Doesn't somebody? I feel somebody I know fucking loves Fuddruckers.
It might be like David or some weird bullshit take that he has.
No, David. No. I guarantee you, David fucking will say he hates Fuddruckers.
I've made
Maybe
it
he
clear.
doesn't hate it, but he'll say he hates it.
I've made it clear what my favorite burger is. We had a
Yes,
whole
I know.
discussion on this.
I know what it is.
I haven't been there in months because they got rid of the Heinz 57.
We walked
We're
in
still on
there
strike.
and walked right back out the other day.
Why?
Too fucking crowded and like one person working the counter.
Crowded?
Mine was
At that
was
place?
literally out the door.
at Red River.
Yeah.
Oh, was it all old people?
Oh, of course.
There it is. Yeah. Did you
And
know
the
there's one
Second,
like, up-
and the second we walk in there, this loud ass is just yelling about the Supreme Court decision and just like, oh, we're gonna get killed by old white people.
Did you know there's another one of those that like has booze and like a full bar?
Red River.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
like up north somewhere,
Oh,
like Red
okay.
River Cantina. I don't know. Sorry, very Houston
Yeah.
discussion there. My favorite fast food burger is none because I think they're all gross.
You never had Pete Terry's then.
I haven't because fuck you, Austin Staples.
I did try Mighty Fine while I was out there, and I thought it was pretty fucking good.
Oh, sorry, Hot Dottie is decent, but they really don't count.
Is that
That's
a
not
fast
food.
That's
That's
not
not
fast
fast food.
food.
You know, it's so fast, you have to wait 2 hours for it.
I mean, I think that was the very first place that had the.
The vegan burger.
Was it
Yeah,
Beyond
we
Meat?
went there for Beyond.
Was
Or
it
Incredible.
Beyond
Yeah, they
Meat
had
or was it?
Beyond.
What was the other
Incredible.
one?
What is the other one?
It's not. Oh, Burger King has it.
Impossible. I think
The
It was
Impossible.
impossible.
I think it's the
Love's Place
Impossible
got
patty.
Impossible, but they got Beyond.
Jeff had the Impossible Burger there.
Yeah.
It wasn't good, according to you.
No, I mean
like,
it wasn't.
It looked like cardboard.
It wasn't fantastic, but that was also when I was vegan back then, and I
They
do
had
recall.
Everybody has their phase.
I recall eating it, and then immediately after going, I want an actual burger from here just to like compare. Obviously, it's much different.
It's. I don't believe it's 100% vegan, but if you ever are at Barnaby's, their hemp seed burger is fucking awesome.
I just imagine your dog behind the grill.
No.
Not on the grill, behind the grill. He's working.
Oh, Jesus!
Flipping burger. Struggling to breathe.
Julia gets the black bean burger there all the time.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it's good there.
Jeff, we should
So-
have a food podcast.
We are just talking about
don't you
regionally
fucking-
exclusive eateries.
We should have a food podcast, Jeff.
You know, that was a dark time in my life. When that pizza podcast died, I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to fucking suggest anything anymore. Fuck this place. I want to talk to the manager. And here we are. Apparently, I was the manager. It is the Beyond Patty at Hop Dottie, by the way. I just double checked.
Okay, and most other places have the Impossible.
Which one is the one at Burger King?
The
Impossible Whopper. There's nothing. I love that they're like, here we have this vegan option. It comes with cheese and mayonnaise.
And it also goes on a broiler
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
caked in fucking disgusting old burger.
It's the same. Yeah, exactly.
Nick, where were you when we had the pizza
Where were you?
podcast then? He,
Oh,
like, I
he
listened,
wasn't around.
He's like, I listened to a food podcast, and then, you know, look at what
I can tell
happens.
you wouldn't. You want to know why? Because you didn't. You want to know who did? Like 3 people.
Yeah. No, it was like one under the cutoff.
That's right.
I remember
Back whenever
that.
I had standards.
I
and
remember
carried.
that.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is one under, and then I think another podcast went on and stuff. And I was like, wow.
Tried to keep the quality up, but then I stopped caring.
Well, and that's why we do this podcast every other week now, and it's whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
Right.
Speaking of which, welcome to Reproductive Rights or Human Rights. You are we are doing charity streams pretty much for the next couple months up until Extra Life, when we will change.
We switched to another charity.
We should switch to another charity. If you haven't heard or been living under a rock, Roe versus Wade got overturned, and women's rights are now fucked. So we're
So
trying
your
to do.
boners won't be fucked.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe go get a vasectomy, or
I'm working on it.
maybe.
Yep, same.
It's time.
Well, I'm proud of you guys.
I want to be like a stormtrooper, just missing all the time.
Or I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's been an interesting week, to say the least. A lot of shit happened. Especially since our last podcast. And it just kind of hits keep on coming. The day they announced that they're going to be doing, allowing the EPA to not be able to regulate carbon emissions. So, fossil fuels companies are going to do all sorts of crazy stuff. America is not the greatest country in the world and hasn't been for a long time. Anyways.
Third world country with a Gucci belt.
It's true.
I like to say we're at least second world.
Yeah, I mean to say that we're third world is almost an insult to third world countries.
I was about to say the irony that like the country we destroyed, Germany, is like now like one of the leaders in Europe, and Boris Johnson is somehow leading a world power. Kind of
Oh, you mean Trump
horrifying.
2.0?
He
That sucks.
British Trump.
he survived another vote out attempt, and
Yeah, but so did Theresa May, and then 6 months later she was out.
true. But we tried to
So-
impeach Trump like 3 times, and he's
No,
failed.
but we did impeach Trump. It's just we didn't remove him from
Twice.
office. Exactly.
Twice.
John Voight, Angelina Jolie's dad, has asked for Biden to be impeached.
Noted actor John Voight, but mostly known as Angelina Jolie's dad.
Yep.
I only know John Voight from the first X-Men movie.
I
only
know John Voight as Angelina Jolie's dad.
I only know John Voight from the lovely Nicolas Cage film National Treasure as Ben Gates' dad.
Who is
Oh,
he in
I'm
that?
not 80, so
He
I've
was-
never seen that movie.
He was the
He's
dad.
the dad.
Whoa!
Oh.
What the fuck do you have against National Treasure, Jim?
No, I've never seen it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I have nothing against
I
it.
love that film.
never
It's
seen it?
so good.
Jim, I don't know if this is gonna sound like insulting or not, and I don't mean for it. But like, do you like
Nick's already going, Jim.
do you like the types of movies that are like figure out the puzzle before the person is on screen does?
Do you
Wait,
mean
are you
mean
saying-
like a thriller and
Like
a sleuth?
Saw, like National Treasure, like Angels and Demons, like Da Vinci
Oh,
Code, like
I love those
all
films.
all those type of films.
I've
Or there's
never
a
seen,
mystery.
I've only ever seen Saw.
How many Saws have you have?
I've seen 2 Saws.
Out of how many? There's like 8
I
now,
think there's
right?
9.
Yeah, and one of them has Chris Rock.
Too many is the answer.
Oh, sorry, that one's technically kind of a spinoff. I think it's called Spiral.
I think if Nick is asking
Yeah.
if I like Nicolas Cage, of course I do. Of course I do.
No, he's
I mean-
just I think he's probably just appalled that you haven't watched National Treasure, one of
National
I don't-
Treasure was like his big, like, let's put him back in the big budget movies.
Like how
That-
John Travolta's was Pulp Fiction.
No.
Mm.
What?
What about Battlefield Earth?
Hold on, wait a minute. John Travolta was like an afterthought for
He still is.
years.
He
For
still is.
years until
Right.
he made Pulp Fiction, which got him back in as A-list. That's like a known thing.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, he was in Look Who's Talking.
Yeah, but that's it. He was like, it was a joke, like considered a kid's actor at that point, like a joke.
He was
actor.
also in Phenomenon.
That's after Pulp Fiction.
Oh, it's not.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
Sorry, I misread it. Woo! I read that as 84 instead of 94, 96. I don't know. I'm looking at his IMDb or Wikipedia. I was like, I don't remember any of these movies.
I wouldn't say he was anything before Pulp Fiction.
Grease?
Saturday Night Fever, Grease, Welcome
No,
Back,
okay.
Kotter,
Okay.
Urban Cowboy.
Okay,
That
Grease-
TV show didn't do nothing.
Yes, Grease, sure, but
In the-
it's
In the
not-
late 70s, early 80s, he was the fucking biggest actor.
You think so?
Well, he was up there for sure.
Oh, Urban Cowboy. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Urban Cowboy.
Wait,
Blowout. Blowout is the best
I-
John Travolta movie.
I
Oh,
would
love the movie
say
Blowout so fucking much.
I would say that every actor has their ebbs and flows
Oh, sure.
because
right.
Mhm.
I
What
didn't
happens
realize
is-
John Travolta had been acting that long.
right, but they did
Welcome back,
they basically did a bunch of shit and then they took a break for like 4 years. And then they're like, "All right, I need some more money, so I'm going to go back and do stuff again." And then they
That's
take
Nick
another
Cage.
they
Yeah.
take another break. No, Nick
That's
Cage.
Nick Cage.
No, Nick Cage ran out of money so hard that he was like, I need to make anything that I can just to make my fucking rent.
Didn't
at that
his
point.
Tyrannosaurus skull or something get stolen?
He had to
No,
sell
he- he basically opted to return it to the country that it had originally been stolen from.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like, "Oh, I was not aware of the history before I purchased it."
And then he also owned like a Superman 1 or something.
He owned an Action Comics #1.
Yeah.
#1, yeah.
So I mean, and then afterwards, he's like, "You know what? I don't really like big budget films anymore." And I get it. So he's just kind of like he's become an indie film person now.
Who?
Oh, tell me that you don't. Okay.
No, I'm
Indie
asking
film?
who.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Who are we
Okay.
talking
Come
about?
on.
Okay. Let me ask you if you know a director named Michael Sarnowski.
I do.
Yeah.
For what?
For his cool.
I know
last
the name. I can't tell you any movies by him. I'm not good with directors.
Okay, so he directed Pig.
You say Pig? P-I-G?
Yeah, P-I-G.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, I know.
He also directed
That's
A
the
Quiet
Nicolas Cage
Place.
movie.
He's
Okay,
directing
just
A
because
Quiet Place.
he's in indie movies doesn't mean he's like an indie actor.
Well, I would say
not
no.
all he does is indie.
He's pretty close to that point because the last major film franchise that he was a part of was The Croods.
What the fuck is The Cruise? Is that animated one?
Right, and then he did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Wait, are we talking about the same guy?
Yeah, it's still Nicolas Cage.
Oh, Nick Cage. Oh, we're talking about director.
No, but I mean, besides that, he's done Willy's Wonderland, Prisoners of the Ghostland, Jiu-Jitsu, Grand Isle, Primal, Kill Chain, Running with the Devil, Colorado. All of these things I would consider to be more indie spectrum than anything else.
I would say The Croods is not indie, and then let's
No,
see.
I agree, but like you have to look at the sum of his work, or rather the
Ben Affleck did the same shit for a long time. He would do a bunch of bullshit
100%.
that just made him feel good, but then he would do like the big blockbuster.
Yeah, 100%.
Nick Cage just does that times 10.
Sure. But I would say, like, even The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, like, I hate to say it, that's kind of closer to indie than anything else.
Let's look at its budget. Let's see.
It's got some big stars in it, though. I mean, Tiffany Haddish.
I think what I'm struggling with is when I think of indie films, I think I associate like what type of movie it is. Like I could never imagine, and I'm admitting up front that I'm wrong about this. I know I'm wrong about this.
Mm-hmm.
I can never consider like an action movie an indie movie. Like
Okay.
I think there are like B movie, like B action movies.
Well,
just like there are
what do
B horror
you what do you
movies.
define as an indie movie then?
Like when I think of like indie movies, like the number one movie that comes to mind, and I don't even like this movie, is Boondock Saints.
Ew.
Again, or Clerks, or El Mariachi.
Hardcore Henry is indie considered.
That's what I was about to pull up.
Hardcore Henry. So that's an interesting movie. And again, I know I'm wrong about this, so please, I don't want anybody to get upset.
So what I would consider it to be is that you can have a star in it. That's fine. I consider it to be a movie that's made by maybe not someone who has really broken out into mainstream film before, and like either they're the writer or they're the director of the film. So like this might it be. And the other thing is that like Fox Searchlight did basically was like the indie banner for Fox. Anything under Fox Searchlight would be considered indie for the most part.
It's just because I feel like you can't be an indie studio if your parent company is fucking Fox.
Well, but again, it's not like the studio that's driving it or paying for it. These are the films that you would submit to film festivals and things like that. So it'd be kind of like sort of out there films, like Little Miss Sunshine has Steve Carell, Greg Kinnear, Tony
I do
Collette.
love Little Miss Sunshine. I mean, Little Miss Sunshine.
Ton.
Yeah.
Ton, right? But that was released by Fox Searchlight.
So
was submitted to Sundance.
I wanted to see
Sundance.
what the budget was for Hardcore Henry.
Not much.
And it's $2 million, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what's fucked up. Little Miss Sunshine's budget was $8 million. That went to cast mostly, you think, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Hardcore Henry, $2 million. And I didn't consider Hardcore Henry an indie film. But then below it, right fucking below it, is a movie that I do consider an indie movie and had a higher budget.
What?
What was it?
It's a horror movie called Night Watch.
Oh, is it? The
it had
people
a
also
$4.2
searched
million.
for.
Yeah.
I remember Hardcore Henry being advertised a lot on Rooster Teeth.
I saw it in theaters with Nick and Ed, I believe.
I saw it in theaters with Julia too.
I didn't see it because fuck it. That would give me motion sickness.
I don't think I'll ever watch it again.
I have it on my shelf. Julia got me the Blu-ray as well.
I think I'd rather just play the video game version of that.
So, yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm even gonna say there. This might be a bit controversial. District 9
such a good movie
is definitely got elements of being an indie film in it.
Who made that?
I think District 9 is an indie film.
Neil Blomkamp.
Say that again.
Neil Blomkamp.
That's the thing with the sex and the toilet.
Okay. I do think that his follow-up Elysium is not.
It was distributed by Sony.
I thought Elysium sucked. I think Chappie sucks.
I didn't see Chappie.
Hell yeah, Chappie.
Was it distributed by Sony or was it distributed by one of its spin-offs?
Sony Pictures releasing international and then Stir something for South Africa. It was also produced partially by TriStar, which is Columbia.
Yeah, okay. But again, I don't know.
This is less indie than I thought it was.
No, sure. The budget was pretty high for it, and I guess that's kind of like where do you draw the line? Does it have to be? Does it have to have a low budget in order for it to be indie?
Budget was $30 million. Oh shit.
My thought is that you're giving money to an unknown talent to direct and bring it to life, and it's not broadcast like a big Hollywood production.
That's why, like, when I think of Hardcore Henry, I mean, I saw that at Cinemark, in a big theater like that. That's why I think I feel like that.
Well, but I mean, to be fair, I saw District 9 in a theater as well.
Yeah, same. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So, and I'm too ignorant on like films. I know what movies I like and I know what movies I do not like, but especially over the last several years, like I'd say the last 3 or 4 years, I've really fallen away from being like a fan of cinema. It's just not a medium that I really paid that much attention to anymore.
I agree
but I
with
know you all do.
Well, no. I agree with you. The willingness to go out there. So there would be a time where I would just order a bunch of films from Netflix and just watch just whatever I could, just as much as I could. I mean, that's how long ago this was, right? Yeah. Because back then, Netflix streaming was literally the most garbage streaming service out there. It wasn't even streaming at that point, really.
I remember my girlfriend really early on, way before I met my wife. The only thing that she had where she could watch streaming Netflix was her Wii.
Oh yeah.
But you had to put a
And
disc
she had,
in.
yeah, you had to put the disc in.
Well, I mean, even PlayStation 3 for a minute had that until they actually released an app. on the
Really?
system.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Did you know there's a
PlayStation 3.
Gran Turismo movie coming out
Yeah.
by Neil Blomkamp?
Yes. So there's
Why?
there's a bunch of like
Starring Aaron Paul.
Sony
Don't
is
say
doing a bunch of things. So they did the Last of Us show, but they're also doing a God of War show with Amazon.
Bummer.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm not
Bummer.
jazzed about that. I just know they're gonna fuck it up some.
I mean, aren't you already mad at them in general for not giving you your pre-order that you demand?
So I wanted to talk about that, but before
Are you sending dick pics to Alana?
no,
Is it you?
no, but I did want to talk about that. Jim, I know
Yes.
you wanted to talk about Nintendo Direct.
I mean,
Or we told him we want
Or
him
we
to
want
told
to
him.
talk about Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, we're forcing you to as the resident Nintendo expert.
That's fine. I actually, after when I got home today while I was cooking dinner, I watched it again, the Direct again, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that like about.
You have 6 thoughts. So let's do
I have
it in
6
order.
thoughts.
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak.
I don't give a shit. I
Nick.
tried. I even bought that game. I tried it. I don't like it.
That's a Andrew, Nick, Justin jam.
I don't even think they like it very much.
I mean, they at least play it, so we'll give it to them there. Nier Automata and
Nier Automata.
Yora.
Yes, and I have an overarching thought because there is exception of like 2 things. I have an overarching theme here, and I'm gonna talk about it at the end. But cool. I mean, it's basically like collector's edition of Nier Automata with all the DLC on even previously unreleased, costumes and yada yada yada. So if you've never played Nier Automata and you don't have Xbox Game Pass or a PC to play it on, hell yeah, play it on your Switch.
Is it Automata or is it Automata?
It's Automata.
I thought it was Automata. Yeah.
Also, is this the game where the original like achievements for like PlayStation or something was like look up her skirt?
I
Somebody can
have
confirm
no
that.
idea.
Somebody can confirm that. Next game, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
Yeah, that was the like side scroller, right?
That's a very Jim ass game. That's what that seems like to me. This looks horrific, and it has like very Killer 7 vibes for old people that recognize that name.
Killer 7. Hey, Killer 7 got a re-release recently.
Super Bomberman 2. Hell
It
yeah!
is, by the way, it is near. There's an achievement called "What Are You Doing?"
Yeah, there it is. For those of
Yikes.
you that never played the first Super Bomberman, it is actually pretty damn fun. I personally wouldn't buy it because I don't really.
I do not.
For my Switch.
Not my type of game. Yeah.
Oh, party game.
No.
Oh man! All right. So one thing I actually gave a shit about: Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. Justin probably just
Yeah,
came
I was gonna say, you
so
and
hard.
Justin.
So it's like 10 games in one, which is always cool. This was the form of Mega Man that I liked most, turn-based, where I didn't have to time shit. So it's cool that that's finally coming out. Pac-Man World Repack. Stop it.
I'm doing jerk off in motion right now.
Jim, did you see Blanc?
Which one?
It's a deer in black and white with a dog.
Oh, yes, I did. I don't.
It looks cool. Looks cool, but I will never play it.
I think either my tastes are changing or I don't know. I think my tastes are changing in games.
There was a game.
It's my ADHD just coming to life right now. So
There was a game a couple years ago with like a similar tone. I think it was called like Gris or Grease.
Oh, Grease!
Or,
I love Grease. Grease is great.
that's what this game reminds me of.
That game.
Next,
So that game, if you haven't played it, is I believe free on Game Pass.
It's a Ubisoft joint, I think.
It's dirt fucking cheap. It's Steam sale still going on, people.
Fuck that. Ain't got no money. Return to Monkey Island was next, which, by the way, caused controversy. People talk so much shit about the art style that their creator says, "Well, I'm not gonna show off anything anymore," and he will not be showing anymore.
Yeah.
Grease currently is $4.24.
Also, can you spell it, because I know it's not spelled normally?
DRIS.
I also wanted to talk about that later on too.
Oh, the Return to Monkey Island thing.
Yep.
Nobody gives a fuck.
So, that is actually one of my points.
Okay, go ahead.
I love Monkey Island.
Of course.
I think it's Revenge of Monkey Island is I think the best point and click adventure game that exists. Those types of games are kind of they've transitioned into games like The Quarry and Until Dawn and Firewatch and like those types of games. But this was kind of like where that genre started, with games like that, with the Monkey Island games, with The Dig, The Curse of Monkey Island. The Curse of Monkey Island is fucking awesome. But yeah, so I was excited until I was like, wait, this is art. I didn't hate it, but I definitely didn't love it.
Okay. So, was the original one a LucasArts joint?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
LucasArts made the best point-and-click adventure games.
Whoa. What was the other company? It was Sierra?
Sierra, yes. Which made like Full Throttle and games like that.
Which eventually basically just became Devolver, if you think about it.
Yes. Full Throttle was...
Oh, what's up?
Was on Xbox Game Pass for free.
Ooh. Next game in the roundup is the game of the show. Mario plus Rabbids is back.
Oh.
Which, I don't know if you played the original.
It's an ARPG.
it's XCOM, but
with Mario.
But Mario and Rabbids. I'll play the shit out of it.
No, I did
don't
not
care.
play it. No.
If Nintendo like ever gave out shit for cheap, I would have probably bought it. Next up was Little Noah.
I think digitally it was like the cheapest it got was like $15.
That's still too much. Little Noah.
Oh yeah, I already forgot what it was.
Side scroller Tales game from the look of it. Let's see, Railgrade, which is just Ticket to Ride, but on the Switch. I don't know if it's more Ticket to Ride or Mini Metro.
It looks worse than all of those things.
I mean, I agree with you. It looks very like PlayStation 1 graphics, but that's not to be surprised for the Switch. The Legend of Wright, WRIGHT.
I thought that. I literally don't even remember it.
It's the hand drawn shit.
Oh yeah, I didn't care.
Yeah, see, it doesn't matter. Next game, Sonic Frontiers.
That's a re-release from a Wii game, I believe.
Oh no, Sonic Frontiers, their new one.
Is the new one.
Oh, okay.
It's their
Sonic Worlds is the old one, right?
Yeah, so Sonic Frontier is, and it's not open world from the demos.
It looks so open world.
I know. They say the director came out and said no, it's open stage. That's what he said.
Oh,
so
okay.
basically, like, you'll go into a stage and it's a small version that appears to be open worlds, but it's not. I don't know. Basically, people were kind of upset about it just because it was like not
good.
No, just like Breath of the Wild's like Sonic Edition is what they're comparing it to.
Which is a smart move for any company. If you can do it.
I suppose.
Nick said that was some Justin confidence there, Jim.
I did say it. Yeah, you're right. I did.
Next is Disney Dreamlight Valley, made by Gameloft, so it's
Yes.
definitely gonna be shit.
Animal Crossing ripoff.
Live Alive.
All right.
This looks
So,
like Wild
Live
Arms.
Alive. Well, it predates Wild Arms. So Live Alive was a JRPG that is pretty much the inspiration for like Octopath Traveler. There are a bunch of different storylines that all kind of come together, and then once you beat all of them, you get like the secret, true, hidden ending. It never made it. It never made it stateside. It only stayed in Japan. There have been fan translations and patches and whatnot, and I haven't ever completed it, but what I have played was phenomenal. So this is it coming out on the Switch. I cannot wait for it. There is a live demo of it right now. It will let you play the first, I think, 3 whole stories, and it will allow you to save.
I think I'm just gonna play Triangle Strategy instead.
There you go.
Doraemon, the fucking cat anime thing,
saw that.
has a game. Don't care. Minecraft Legends.
Oh, sure.
Ooh, we still gotta play that Minecraft Dungeons. I don't know. I like.
I think
Minecraft.
I downloaded that.
Hell yeah. Dragon Quest Treasures. No.
And I love
Oh my
Dragon
god,
Quest.
they're already Super Saiyan Blue? Wow. For those of you that don't know, the person that does the art for Dragon Quest, Dragon Ball Z,
Same person.
Yeah.
Akira Toyama.
I was about to
That's it?
say, yeah, that sounds accurate.
What's after this? That's No Man's Sky. What the fuck?
Yeah,
no,
No
Man's
Man's
Sky,
Sky. It's a bunch of little things. Okay. No Man's Sky is coming out for Switch, which sounds horrible. Captain Velvet Meteor, The Jump Plus Directions. Jim, did you see this part?
Yeah?
What is this?
I don't know what this is.
It looks
I
horrible.
truly don't know.
And then I just saw the Aperture Labs logo up here, so I assume Portal 1 and 2 are being re-released.
Which, good. I'm glad that those are becoming more and more. I think those games are important. And it's already available. You can get it now.
Oh, cool. Confession, never finished either of them.
The second one. I never even played the first one.
The second one was really good.
I mean, Cave
really
Johnson
good.
is there. Yeah.
The first one was more of like kind of a proof of concept, it felt like, and then the second one really like they put a story behind it and it actually made sense. Sort of.
Yeah,
made sense.
Cave Johnson and Moon Rocks and slime, if I recall, like some kind of slime that like killed you slowly, or was it the Moon Rocks that killed you slowly?
No, there was like orange and blue slime that made you either bounce or
propel or something.
Propel, yeah.
Never played it, but I definitely listened to like the voice clips of I almost said J.K. Rowling, but that's not
J.K.
right.
Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. J.K.
Yeah.
Rowling
Is Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
And then J.R.R. Tolkien. There's too many J's. Harvestella?
Is another.
I'm excited for that.
It's
Animal
Harvest
Crossing.
Moon, but with death?
It's not Animal Crossing.
Not
Not Animal Crossing.
Harvest Moon.
I have seen
not
multiple.
Harvest Moon.
I have seen multiple sites call it an Animal.
Do you know
Crossing
why?
ripoff.
You've seen multiple sites say that it's an Animal Crossing
Because
ripoff?
they're peasants.
Because they're peasants and they don't know what fucking Rune Factory is. It is a Rune Factory ripoff.
Oh, so it's still a ripoff. Okay, got
It's
it.
still a ripoff,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
a Rune Factory ripoff.
I thought you were about to be like, this is the spiritual.
While I
sequel
do think
to-
I do think some of the combat looked pretty cool. I mean, I'm just gonna play Rune Factory 5, which just came out for the Switch.
And finally, you're welcome, Andrew.
He
Persona
doesn't
3.
give a shit about this.
I know. Persona 3, 4, and 5.
I mean, awesome, especially Persona 3 Portable. Great.
Or
If you don't have,
Persona 3?
if you don't have a,
Is that
if
the
you
one
don't
that matters to you?
That's my favorite Persona game.
but is it the best
Oh,
one?
you were not a part of that discussion when it happened,
Me?
Todd. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You came in much later. We had a whole thing about that fucking game.
Oh,
It was.
I just remember the fervor whenever Persona 4 Golden was announced for PC. Not the recent one. Whenever it's coming to Game Pass, it's already on PC. So, hence Andrew playing it on his streams on Tuesday.
If y'all want to know about why that game is apparently Jim's favorite, listen to the last podcast.
What was it called?
The 2 hour and 40-minute podcast.
I think it was E3 is dead. Long live E3.
Yeah, E3.
I think.
Yes, you are correct.
We have you do that. You do that particular thing a lot. The blank is dead. Long live blank. So that's how I was easily able to remember it.
Oh.
Here's the thing. This kind of sums up a lot of what Nintendo does.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to. Y'all probably already know this. Y'all all probably already know this.
No.
But it has first party games. It has new games. It has third party games. There are a lot of original titles. I would say more original titles out for the Switch than anything except PC. And
right.
that's why, and I think that's why it's a very important system, because not everybody has a PC, has the ability to have a PC, has the ability to build a PC, and now they can play games like Persona. Now they can play games like Monkey Island, and they can go to and play Live Alive, and for pretty cheap, $300.
So the only thing I'm concerned about is that eventually they're gonna have to come out with some better hardware to really bridge the gap to this next generation. Because eventually, like, they're already having games that have to run cloud based on that system.
But are those games?
Those are all third party though.
If you think about
yes,
number one, yes. But also think about those games. Think about the Switch's core audience. The Switch's core audience are not playing those games.
Well, I would disagree with you though, because why else would they be bringing it to the Switch?
Because Japan.
What I'm trying to say is, Jim, is not that it's not like Nintendo has to. But because of the age that it's at now, if they are going to continue this momentum, eventually they're going to have to release like a Nintendo Switch 2 with something more powerful.
Electric Boogaloo?
Nintendo Switch U.
Don't.
Oh, don't.
Would you like to know some of the cloud games for the Switch?
Go for it.
Sure.
First of all, there's not, from the look of it, there's not a single Nintendo first-party game.
Yeah, I don't think they want to do that.
The first one that I knew of was Resident Evil 7.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Phantasy Star Online 2.
That's only available in Japan, though.
Right.
There's no fucking way that game could run cloud in the United States.
So far, the first three that I've mentioned are only in Japan.
I thought Odyssey was here.
Oh, it might be now, but I don't know. When was this written? In March. Control Ultimate Edition.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hitman 3.
Mm-hmm.
A Plague Tale
was just announced. Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. This was just written in March, so a couple months ago.
Well, no, one game was announced for cloud at this direct that just happened.
It was probably the Plague Tale one at the end.
That is being pushed like crazy.
It was on the Xbox
Steam
conference
yeah.
Plague Tale Innocence is already a cloud version. Forgotten City.
I think that game will be on Game Pass too.
Yeah,
it will.
Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy was a cloud version. Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix. And here we go again. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. and then Kingdom Hearts 3, or all 3 cloud versions. Edge of Eternity, Dying Light 2, and a Plague Tale
I knew
Requiem.
that was coming. Yeah.
And a Plague Tale Requiem. Those are all the cloud.
You were right. A Plague Tale Requiem, the cloud version, is going to be on the Switch.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying like in the next year, but, well, maybe, I don't know at this point. But I mean, like,
I don't think so.
It's just one of those things where eventually they're gonna have to do something because it just won't be powerful enough to run newer third-party games, which I would argue was the death knell for Nintendo Wii U.
No, Bad Games was the death knell for.
But you also got to
Was
keep
it
in mind,
Bad Games though? Because there's a bunch of games that they ported to
it was
Switch.
the game.
Sorry, bad third-party games.
That's what I'm saying.
Bad or just not cared about third-party games.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but eventually what I'm saying is that the third-party support is going to dwindle at some point.
At some point, when they start losing money, they ain't losing money on the Switch, man.
How many years into the cycle for the Switch are we?
We are
like 4?
5.5, maybe 6 years.
Do you think it can stand another 3?
So yes, I do. And for what types of games it's focusing on, plus it's the seeming it's becoming the second life console. It's where games that came out on lesser popular hardware like PC. No, no offense to PC, but like less popular, and like Vita and the PSP and franchises that like have garnered cult followings now. It's like the second life machine for all those games. Danganronpa series, all these like RPGs that became lost to obscurity because most people are like, oh, the Vita sounds awesome in 2022. I want to get one. Okay, let me go spend $100 on it. Oh, let me get a copy of Ys 8 on the Vita. Oh, it's $400. Now you have an option.
You kill me with those Ys games. Just kill me so.
I'm just saying that there's gonna have to be something new at some point. I'm not saying that they're not gonna.
It's gonna be in the next 2 to 3 years.
Like to keep the original Switch on, like keep it going, I can see, but eventually it's gonna be like the Nintendo DS, and then they went eventually to the Nintendo. I think it was the 3DS was like the last one, right?
Well, so there was the new.
I was about to say the new 3DS.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if there was a huge gap, but there was eventually at one point they're saying like, "Hey, you have to have this system."
But there were very few games. So like
sure,
Xenoblade Chronicles. No. Yeah, Xenoblade. The first Xenoblade game could only play on like the new Nintendo 3DS.
Right,
yeah,
there was a weird few games that did not work.
I'm getting the feeling that it's starting to, like, I get the sales have been great, but remember the Wii sales were also amazing, and eventually they had to come out with the fucking Wii U.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait.
Because
they didn't, but
well, so hold on here. If we look at, so the original Wii lasted 7 years before Wii U came out. So I would hazard a guess
is the ideal quote unquote lifespan of hardware. Where am I wrong?
I don't know about that.
You're telling me I'm wrong? That fucking meme.
Usually it's been a 5-year cycle.
So
I think it's 5 years. Then at year 5, new console in development. Year 7, release.
I could have swore also the Wii did not get popular until like year 3.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? You weren't working at retail.
I was. No, I was. That's the weird thing. Like I worked at Game Crazy though. I didn't work at anywhere real.
Year for us to have stable stock.
Right, but
we had every single weekend we had people lined up trying to get one.
Right, but I thought that wasn't the launch year of the
Oh my god, yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
God, I have to fucking use Microsoft Edge for this. Jeff made me spend $15 a month just for fucking baseball.
I was actually playing it last night. I actually enjoyed it. It was the first baseball game.
What
I
are you
played
talking
in a long
about?
time. MLB
We were
Show.
Did you see Oh my god, it's so fucking loud.
You got the show?
My ear holes.
So it's on Game Pass, but it's not on PC. It's running on the cloud version of Xbox. So
it's
you can
on
run
the
it.
Switch.
It's on the. That's what I said. I'm pissed off that MLB The Show is on literally everything but the computer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Shut up, Shohei Ohtani. I don't like you. You play for the whatever they call it.
He plays for the Angels.
Well, I don't like him.
Yeah, so I don't like him either, but he's good.
Alright, so I guess that kind of wraps up the
I've come to my decision. Let's get it out of the way with now. 5 points to the ladies.
Like what
3
you like,
There
points.
are
playing
some
the
things I
games
wanted
that
to
you
talk
want.
about.
Ladies win 5 points
We're
each.
gonna have fun with it.
Come back down with that notes for the
So,
final score.
God of War Ragnarok is supposed to be still released this year. Allegedly.
Going into the
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly. So,
That shit ain't coming out this year. Come on, man.
well,
Come on, dude.
hold on. The last couple of days on Twitter have been a absolute shit show.
God, it's so good. I
For
mean,
Ragnarok.
so bad for Alana, but you know.
So Cory Barlog is the director from the original God of War. So he directed 2018 God of War. He stepped down. Another guy named Eric Williams, he took over as director. Cory Barlog is still a producer on this one.
Right.
And I don't know exactly where it started, but there's basically a quote unquote insider named the Snitch on Twitter who started teasing that maybe June 30th, which is today, the day that we're recording this, there would be some sort of announcement for God of War Ragnarok. The release date, the special editions, all that shit. And it has led to fucking, I don't want to say panic, but just like...
And the disco.
Just the shittiest people screaming at Cory Barlog and Alana Pierce. And there's actually another...
Jesus.
There's an not an animation director. I forget what she does. But basically she had a post on there. She's like, look, I'm just letting you know that sending me dick pics is not a good tactic ever in any case, but especially it's not going to get me to give you the fucking release date at this point.
Right.
And like Cory Barlog got to come out and be like, y'all need to fucking chill. If I would tell you, I could, but I obviously can't.
Right.
And it's led to this whole fucking circle of people who are being like, well, it's going to get delayed and blah, blah, blah. Cory Barlog,
who cares?
It
I
hasn't
hope
been,
it does now.
it hasn't been delayed according to him. So he said it's not delayed. They just haven't had the opportunity to do an announcement yet that the way that they want to.
And I believe Cory. He seems like a cool dude.
He is. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Racing Kratos,
I never watched that thing. Yeah.
Oh, it was so good though. It was such a good documentary. Highly suggested if you haven't had an opportunity to watch it. And like this is the thing, like yeah, I'm excited for that game, but it's like the people feel like they're so entitled that they have to harass and scream and
Doom, doom. This is America. Doom, doom.
It's just shitty, dude. It's like, you know, at this point they're like, you know what, we're not going to release it for another 2 years. Get fucked.
Good punish.
If they can make it go in 8K, I'm cool.
I mean, I have always of the opinion, especially after Cyberpunk, especially after how many fucking delays we had for that,
That should be the benchmark now.
and it was still horrible when it
I
was
have no
released.
problem with Cyberpunk, you guys.
I mean,
Guys, I have to bid you adieu.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, it's Jim's midnight. He's got to go back to get pretty for.
He has to protect vampires from their natural. I don't remember the word. I just zoned out. Baseball's fun, you guys.
It's working pretty well, isn't it?
I mean, it's baseball, so I don't think it's gonna have the reflexes of like a shooter. I'm gonna try out a shooter later, just to complain. But in general, I think we're fine. I had nothing else to talk about. What else you got, Jeff?
Well,
Or
so
do we want to end it?
besides, I mean, besides the God of War Ragnarok thing, you did mention
Be better.
Yeah.
Just be better, people. Like, I get it. You might love a franchise. Like, I jerked off at the fucking shrine of Mass Effect for, what is it now? Almost 20 years? Like 15, 20 years?
Yeah.
And Andromeda literally was like, hey, everything you love is shit now.
Yeah.
And you know what? I had to sit on my ass knowing that a remake was eventually going to show up. But I still waited. Like, was I antsy? Yeah.
And then Bezos gave it away for free.
That pissed me off more than anything. It's one of those things, like, every game that I really throw actual money into eventually fucks me over by going dirt cheap within 3 months. But I expect that for sports games. I usually buy NBA 2K insert number near launch. And then usually about a month after I buy it, it shows up on Steam for $20.
Or it's on Game Pass at some point.
Yeah. It's really annoying. But that's another part that infuriated me about the show. I would pay for it. I almost bought a PS5 for it.
Right.
I've gotten 2 invites to buy one, and both times I'm like, can I afford that? Maybe. Just to play MLB The fucking show.
Well,
because I could care less about every other Sony first party game. I can't think of another Sony first party game that I would buy on launch.
I mean, you're not going to play Boy and Dad Simulator 2022, so, or maybe 2023.
I'll wait until it comes out on PC 7 years later, like the last one did.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to end this a little bit earlier so that Jim may go to bed.
Save the vampire.
No, I'm not going to bed. What do you think I'm going to bed?
He's going to work.
I gotta do some work.
Work. Oh.
I've
been watching a lot of Code Monkeys recently, so it's stuck
so
in my
good.
head. I need to find a good rip of that, or DVDs of it.
I don't promise this.
Huh?
But I think I have the DVD at my parents' house.
All right. Because
if I do, I'll just give it to you.
Full disclosure, I torrented it 5 years ago.
Okay.
But it's rips from TV.
Oh.
So mid watching it, the feed from G4 TV will appear at the bottom.
I was gonna say, I watched that show on Fuse.
It was on Fuse?
That's how I watched it.
I was G4 first run.
Wouldn't it actually be kind of cool to see?
Yeah, but it's telling me about news from 2012. And it's talking about
awesome.
Kevin Pereira and Olivia Munn. And I'm like, that was the worst combination.
That's awesome.
Hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's on Peacock.
I don't have Peacock.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, no, I have your Peacock. Ha-ha!
Yeah, dude, it is. All 26 episodes are on Peacock.
Sounds like I'm going to be booting up OBS. You remember back in the day, pirating videos and stuff was hard. Like you had to have like capture cards and shit, or like 2 VCRs stacked on each other.
So the very first time I watched Constantine, because I couldn't go to the theater to watch it, because that was like in 2006.
Constantine.
I want to say I literally downloaded that on LimeWire in 5 parts.
Oh my god!
Because that was the file size back then. I'm sorry, 2005. So I had to download it in 5 parts, and it took 8 days. And I remember finally finishing it and booting it up and putting it all together, and I was like, "This is fucking great."
These kids will never know our struggles.
No, I mean now it's like I'm getting fiber installed on Saturday. And I'm like, God damn.
Welcome to about 5 years ago for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it.
But you know what, Jeff? If I had a problem, I couldn't move. So.
See, I was waiting for someone to throw that.
Thank
out
you, everybody,
there.
for listening and watching.
Son of a bitch!
All that, we love you. Roe v. Wade needs to come back or something similar. Donate to the thing on the QR code on the screen or
codify
bit.ly/RM donate. Either one.
Everyone was terrible. You all have a good night.